Thank you for joining me on the channel, Mazarov Tarot. This is going to be a movie recap, ironically enough, for the movie of Legion, because I feel like some people don't see it the way I see it, or don't see it at all. So we are going to talk about it because honestly it connects with my Sons of God, Wickedness in the World, Part 2 reading. So let's go ahead and get into it. In the beginning of the movie Legion, what is it that you see? You see a Bible passage and you hear Charlie. I read the name, the name meaning of Charlie. But you see Charlie talking about her mother. She was representing a mother and child. She was originally the child, but now she's becoming a mother type of thing, kind of a variation of it. She's no mother. She's no mother. But she's just saying, she was saying that her mother used to tell her something until the father left. The father left, so there was a fatherless child. They had no father in their life. And then their mother, Charlie's mother, began to not pray anymore when the father left. Now, that correlates with the birth of Jesus. The birth of Jesus, and I want to talk about that very briefly. I'm going to dive more into that when I actually decode the Bible passage, but I guess I can give a quick synopsis. With the birth of Jesus, the issue is that when Gabriel approached Mary as a man, the Most High Man, and foretold about the coming Son of God, and it was correlating with the Elizabeth's beginning and Elizabeth's ending, and a son. He never mentioned a magi. He never mentioned no magi. He never mentioned a star of Bethlehem. He never mentioned that. That would have not been something that Gabriel and Mary would have been a part of. No, here I am. The issue is that the wise man knew about the star, but the star was Messiah. The star was Messiah. Was Jesus ever called Messiah? They would have been looking and hunting the wrong person. If you believe. Why I say that is when Gabriel came and told Mary about Jesus' birth, he was only called the Son of God, the Son of the Most High, and Jesus. He never had a title of Messiah. Messiah is that star. The star in the prophecy was only about the Messiah, not about Jesus. But here's the thing. The only one that knew about the prophecy was Judea. Herod. He rolled. What did he roll on? He rolled on Magi. It was slave driven. That man was slave driven. But he had sent in the Magi. The issue with the Magi is the Magi assumed that Jesus correlated with that star. They thought that he was a star person, star being. He was not. He was the Son of God connected to wickedness in the world. But he was not wickedness in high places, because the Messiah is not wicked. It is what it is. It's just not I am. The issue with that is they would have came, even though he was not the Messiah, they would have came before the Messiah and think that it knew before. It knew before it would have confronted the Messiah. It would have known. But it would have been wrong. It would have been wrong. Because do you think that Angel Gabriel would have forgot to tell Mary that her child is the Messiah? Do you think? He gave her all the other variations of names, but he never once said that you are carrying the Messiah. He never once said you carrying the Savior. He never once said you carrying anything good, pure, He never said that. You carrying a holy, he didn't even call it holy. You carrying a baby. It's the Son of God. He never said it's holy, pure, the Messiah, the Savior, none of that. You think that it is. You think that. You know what? Probably follow behind some sort of magi. Some wicked shit. Anyway, let's go back to the movie Legion. After that, you see Michael, a fallen angel. He rips off his wig. He got a dog, man's best friend, alerting others of what's happening. It's raining in his life. He rips off his wings, and then he goes to the Red Cross. He goes to the Red Cross to sew himself together. And I told you about sew. Sew got something to do with music. S-I-C means sow. It's to sow something. You reap what you sow. Alright. He would have been falling. Here's the thing where it correlates with the diner, but I'm going to get to that in a minute. Michael didn't get the guns. You know, he don't have no power anymore. His power is weapon, guns, knives, things like that. Weapons of mass destruction, House of David type shit. But here's the thing. He's covered in music notes. He's covered in music notes that he can't read. Jeep can't read. Charlie can't read. That baby couldn't read. It can't, none of them can read. It got something to do with Matthew 13:17. Where Jesus is like, they can't see the way that his disciples do. They can't read. None of them could read. Because he tell you from the beginning he is not the Messiah. He just wasn't. But here's the thing. He go to a door and the door has a bar on it. He was in a bar. It was locked in. To get out, he busts through when the police officer says that there's wicked things in the world and he just wished the world would burn. And his partner and all this stuff, and they come across the burning thing, and it's a cross burning, and it has Michael on the cross. And he's like, they're here, because they start getting all these alarms. What the dog was already alarming, because they just know. They have something called instinct. Ultra fucking instinct. I don't know what it is. Then he get them to kill each other and he take their car. Because he need to go to a supper, a last diner. So then we go to the scenes where they're at the diner. We get introduced to Jeep. That's a van or a truck. And we get introduced to Charlie, but they stand in the trailer park. But the trailer park look like a sub. They've been subdued, but they stay at a place called Paradise Falls in the middle of nowhere. It's like Courage the Cowardly Dog. But he want to be there from Charlie. He wake up out of a terrible dream and he want to be a father. He looks like an animal. He looks like a monkey. But he wants to be a father. But Charlie don't want him to be a father. Because she don't want to keep the child. I don't want to keep the child. But then after that, they on the swing sets being two children and should not be in a good place. We get introduced to the owner of the bar and his cook. His cook is a hooker, like a prostitute, right? It's a hooker. Sometimes you got to cut off the hand to save the body. And he there serving the owner of the establishment. But what is he doing? He's wickedness in high places when it pertains to a program because he thinks that he can beat it. What he was beating on the television was a black and white, light and dark, program about angels. And it was an angel speaking about how he has lost his wings and he was needing the help of a man so that way he could get his wings back. But then you see Charlie between the ice and the phone, like Persephone, because Tyrese pulls up being fucking fast and furious, but he's Earth. He's Earth because he has a flat Earth piece of paper, a map, a treasure map, but he does not get the opportunity to be a father. That is something that is taken away from him, but we will get to that shortly. Because he gets lost in paradise, but it's a white racist paradise. The woman would have actually told him, get the hell out of here, nigga. We don't serve a kind. But she's like, I got cigarettes, so you can get a cigarette in there. He's like, if you give me one, I'll give you more. He is more. But he go in there, and then we get introduced to Carcass. Because they're there, Devil Wears Prada with their Kraft daughter, like in the movie Kraft. And her father. But she does not what? She broke a commandment. She does not honor thy mother and father. And the parents do not honor their children either. Because mother has set an example for her daughter to dress like that because she's sitting up there being Lucifer. But that Carcass, how you know is because they keep saying that there's something wrong with their car. But here is the catch-22. They say it when Tyrese walked in. He was caught in a trap on his way to Hollywood. He going there like, my phone ain't working. You know, can I use your phone? Can I pay for this? Can I pay for that? Them like such and such. But the father of that teenage Kraft daughter, a witch, he interrupts Tyrese. Your message just hasn't been interrupted to talk about his car. But here's the thing. What is Jeep doing? Jeep is search engine. Jeep search engine. He's search engine. He would be online searching on how to do what? How to fix Carcass. So that way they would not be broken. He would be trying to search online for not a fountain of youth. How to be the father to give immortality or live. How to live. But you see, Jeep, he didn't even want a search engine anymore. When the man that was just beating the TV came into the shop, he was by a clock and he was dusting. Because this is a maid. He's the dust. He's made of dust. But the father starts running him out. Jeep starts running. Of course he starts running. He's a Carcass. He starts running because the father's like, you can't take care of that prostitute. But I want you to catch 22. The owner of that establishment of a fallen paradise and his hooker and Tyrese and Jeep. It is like the same pattern. Because they become close. And they die in the same way. The black man died first. But then they go back inside or something. I can't remember. And he lied to him like, he's going to fix it in a minute. And then we get introduced to Grandma. Grandma had something to do with a bloody show. It was a meeting like ham, but beef. And she told the girl, when are you due? There was flies on the wall. She was a watcher. An angel. But she was not on the side of Michael. But she was like a granny. And she's like, that baby's gonna burn. That is gonna burn. I forget how I correlated it, but it's because they believe that baby was a pig. You just did. And it's filled up with some holy shit. I just don't know if the mother is the child or if that child is the thing. And anyway, she started going off when she gets her bloody show, her steak, her meteor, right? And she started going off and everything is going to burn. She don't give a fuck. And they start getting mad at her. And the husband, he get out of line. And he approached something that's way out of his scope of things. And she bites him on the neck like a vampire bloodsucker. She ain't drink no blood. She just bit him. So he started bleeding out. Then she turned into a Charlotte's Web. Because that's how I know it was a pig. She turned into Charlotte's Web. She the spider from Charlotte's Web. And with Charlie, somebody got them pig in this establishment. And she turned Spider-Man. And she starts going up the walls, being a 33 Lestat from Queen of the Dam. When it's hunting, house hunting. And the hooker throw a frying pan at her. And it gets so upset, and then Jeep was trying to be the savior, but he couldn't. So Tyrese had to be the savior. He just couldn't save his own family. Because he got lost and thought he got found in a white establishment called Paradise Fallen. So then they wrap up the body. They take her outside, right? Take her outside, discard of her. And then Michael show up, and he all tricky or whatnot. And there's an exchange of power, and then he show his dominance, and then he is the leader of the pack. All right. So then he's like, look, y'all need to get these guns, and y'all need to do things that y'all ain't never did, which was what? Kill holy vessels. Y'all need to kill holy vessels because Michael says so. So he take him in the back and he explained before everything happened. He's like, look, those people is just vessels. Weak. Everybody's weak. That has something to do with time or watchers. Them is just weak. And they are being controlled by the angels that I've got sit down here by the Father. And the hooker like, I don't know what you've been told, but the book that I have, it told me the angels is the good guys. When did it ever say the angels is the good guys? What's good got to do with something? What you saying? It says the angels is the good guys. That's what he said. Because they thought it was demons. And he said, no, those is angels just after her. But now they got holy vessels. And he said, the angels is the good guys. Tell me in the Bible where it says the angels have ever been good. Tell me when Jesus is your motherfucking Messiah. When you tell me when Jesus is your Messiah and that angel had ever said that he is the Messiah, then that's when you can, or your Savior, then that is when you can tell me when the angels is the good guys. Because the angels come in with only one thing. When they get sent to earth, it's usually to kill. It's usually to kill. The angels don't show up to do nothing. They're a messenger or they're going to kill. The two is usually tied in with one another. So I don't know where anybody has got any idea unless you talk about Michael. And he is the devil. So I doesn't know what y'all says. So Michael says, listen, I don't know, but y'all going to have to kill those holy vessels that's filled up with angels. Rihanna is one because there's a little girl with her anti-bloom. So the people start coming, and they up on the roof with them guns, and they get introduced to the ice cream man. And the ice cream man got something to do with Goliath, but it's like an army and a legacy. And also, it's like the son of that granny. Because what does he do? He turned into a motherfucking spider. He turned into a daddy motherfucking long leg. And Tyrese was going, he don't look that scary. They fear not the Lord. So we talking mother and child. They feel like do not be afraid. They just got the wrong person in their life because they were supposed to have Gabriel. Them motherfuckers got Michael. So they start shooting. They kill him. I don't know how you. I would have killed that daddy long leg too, but I would have killed it not because it's angel, but because I'm scared. So that's two different things. I would have not ever thought he was not scary. Because what if he was going in the middle of nowhere with an ice cream truck? So then, I would have been scared from the beginning. I would have already been shooting. Because I was scared. The others come, the other holy holies Well, they acted as the apostles. I don't know what they were. The other ones, the vessels, the holy vessels of the angels, they showed up. They showed fuck up. And they all start getting out them carcasses because they has to. And you got Rihanna with her baby Bloom, her Auntie Bloom. You got mamas and daddies, grandmas and whatnot. And they just shooting up all those holy vessels. Who is the Legion? So then, Michael with Lucifer's, they search Jeep. The father with his hooker, with a fallen paradise, with a Last Supper. And Tyrese, that can't be there for his actual legacy, his actual child, and his actual wife, because he's get lost. They ain't start doing it. So then they go in there, and the girl come in, and she start talking to Devil Mommy Lucifer wearing Prada, saying, Mama, look what you made me do. So that's another mother and child. Because she called her mother. She wasn't talking to Charlie. Charlie's not a mother. She talking to that mother with that child. And she was trying to get that husband because he basically was already dead. Let him go. Him dead. Did I already talk about the point when they started getting bugged in their cars? Because they tried to get in Tyrese's cars, talking about the long mile, talking about we got to get to a hospital. But Jeep and the father did not go because they needed to be leaving to save that man that's in bed with that Prada, that fashion. And then they get all those bugs. Their car was bugged. So somebody would have been listening. They would have been on the crossroad. But they got to turn around because in hell, bugs. Ugh, Sunday. So then, when they get back, that's when all that stuff happened. I guess I didn't tell that part. That's when that stuff happened with the Spider-Man and motherfucking all those holy vessels and Rihanna. But they would have been listening to Baby Girl. Isn't it? So what happens after that? That's when he tells them about that stuff. Okay, such and such and such and such and such. I'm trying to think of the important parts. So they did drag out the husband at that point. They couldn't save him. And the day comes. They're not vampires because they could be out in the day. They put him up on the cross. And he started boiling. Like Hogwarts. He just started boiling like a witch. They say Baba Yaga gets boils. He started boiling. So the mother, that's like, look what you made me do. She couldn't take it that night. I think they had to like tie her down or something. They had to restrain her. She was insane. Like Herod or something. I don't know. She just was being insane. So she tried to sneak out to save her husband on the cross like Michael. But Michael told them, I'm not here to save none of you. I'm here to save Charlie. He didn't say that. I think he said her. I'm here to save her. So then they just implied it was her. I don't know who her is. So he had to say my name. I don't know who him is. So then when the mama and her purple Lucifer, she run out there. The hooker tried to save that mother. She tried to save her. And he becomes Skull and Bones. I don't know, because his ribs got exposed. He would have finally become Adam. I don't know what. His ribs got exposed. Did they not? Then his spine. So he saved her. And she was insane. And she was unappreciative. So then he was dead. This movie don't make no damn sense to me. So then Michael started having flashbacks or whatnot where he's in angels, but he's not around the Lord because... No, you can't. So he was not around the Lord because he got to be on standby. And Gabriel was talking to Michael like, the time has been come. I don't know what he was saying. I started watching the movie, to be honest, after I started thinking about Jeep being on the search engine. I kept thinking, was he on Google? What search engine was he on? So Michael's like, the father don't know what he need or what he want. Gabriel's like, you crazy. Well, I'm not trying to be adding to Revelation because I am not. Because they say don't do that. And somewhere in the Bible don't add to it, or they will add plagues. I'm not Moses. I'm not none of them. I'm not adding nothing to the Bible. I just don't remember the verbatim. Picture it. So he like, we is going to us what the father says. So Michael's like, look, he don't know what he wants. So he's having his flashbacks. Man, an Olympian god or something. I don't know what he was doing. He was being wicked in high places. He was not even supposed to ever been there. So then, I don't know Michael. So then he was like, what was he doing? I don't remember. Let's just skip all that because I don't remember. So Tyrese, they start having shifts where they are calling the shots, being the top of the tops on Paradise Falls. And it was finally Tyrese's turn. But when he was there, he had some young girl, witch, on his side. And it was a team. And he saw a family in a van with a little white blonde-haired boy. And he thought that little white-haired blonde boy needs saving. I don't know what. But the top of stuff thought that blonde-haired white boy needs to be saved. Only the nigga. Because I promise you, if it was the father that think he could beat the angels from the very motherfucking beginning, because this is not a test, with his hooker, he would have shot that white boy down dead. He would have shot that whole shit up. Why did it not ever blows up? I think it finally had blew up. It come the bomb. I don't know where it come. I don't know. But a kind of massive attack. So Tyrese jumped down. He did with quantum leap. He fall down. Because he got to go save that blonde-haired boy. Because he thought that it was like his child. It was never like Shayla. Well, maybe Shayla. Because I think Shayla got a white, damn near white mama. But that was not his neighbor. That is unfamiliar to him. He don't know nothing about it. But he think he need to get saved because he's just a little white, blonde-haired boy with a blue set on. I wouldn't give the fuck. If you would shoot Rihanna and her bloom bitch, then you can shoot that blonde-haired white boy. So he go down there and the blue-eyed, blonde-haired white boy, he bite him and he died. And the white girl, she go crazy and she had followed her partner in crime, but she got saved because he dead. So Charlie gives birth to the baby. And everybody's on standby. Because I'm like, we don't want to hear that. It's not that the baby is crying. They don't want to hear that they were unsuccessful at doing what the father said. And the father didn't say shut the fuck up. The father said kill them motherfuckers. Because I don't believe in them anymore. I know they're not demons. They're just stupid ass vessels. I'll make you holy. I'll make you famous. So then, I'll make you a star. So then she gave birth to the baby early. Surprise! It's a gift. And I don't think someone needs no more gifts. So they start standing and they be in pain and agony because it hurts them that they failed the father on behalf of Michael. So at that point, Gabriel showed because he's like, look, bitch, you gone too far. I didn't let this shit slide. Gabriel could have been doing it. Gabriel was trying to be nice and give the benefit of the doubt that he was going to stop. But he didn't. So Gabriel showed up and he opened up his motherfucking wings and he made a steal. So he just started cutting up everybody with nails. I don't know what the fuck he started doing. Who shoot nails? Someone shoots nails. Someone had nails in their hands. And he starts slicing all those piggies up. And Michael tried to jump on his back. And so he starts having a hammer. He didn't have a hammer. He didn't have a hammer. He had a spike. So he started bang, and then he had to stab himself. I don't know what the fuck he had to do. So he had to sacrifice himself to kill someone. I don't know what the fuck he killed. But he had to do this shit. And then, but he did not die because he was not alive. Because life is short, and they say that got something to do with the devil. But Michael would have fell down too. And Gabriel going, leave me the fuck out of it. He come at the end. So then, the dude burned up paradise. Like Grady said, this motherfucking place gonna burn. You all's gonna burn. I don't give a fuck. That baby's gonna burn. So, they sneak out in dude's car, Tyrese. Because of Fast and Furious. I don't know. He'll need no more try to save some white fuckers. I would have said, you know what's so interesting? I only saw white fuckers as those damn demons. Angels. I only saw them. Did you know? I didn't see no black one. We don't got no time for that. Probably not there. Probably Tyrese was the last one. He ain't know. Him and that hooker nigga. So, what happened? They get on the highway of hell. Jeep get his tattoos. He starts to get tattoos that he can't read because music notes. Mary. He can't read it. So the girls in the backseat holding the baby. But it's not the land of milk and honey because that baby ain't 8. But they get space, and that dude try to bang on the car, but he get them space because they don't want no bangers. Then Gabriel land on top of that car because he starts stabbing. He starts stabbing Jeep. Because he want to stab Jeep. Me too. And everybody that ride along with that motherfucker. But then, what happened? They push on the brakes and that young teenage witch fly out that motherfucker windshield and die. Because she thinks something. What she think? She think Gabriel give a fuck. She think Gabriel gonna die. What? So she fly out and did. Gabriel has wings, so he don't give a fuck. So when she died, they think they can make it on, but something happened with the car. I think it starts turning, flipping something. And then they end up on the edge. They end up on the top of the mountain where they can be shown the whole goddamn world by Michael. Because Michael show up, because he's been reincarnated so holy beautiful. Why? You think God believed in humanity? You out your fucking mind. Why didn't God call it off? He could have called it off. He could have called all his angels home. He could have told all his angels stop. He could have did it. He could have fucking reversed time. God could do all. So why would he have reincarnated Michael? You think to punish Gabriel because he killed a witch? You out your fucking man. That's the land of illusion, bitch. God ain't want you to have no motherfucking heaven. That's the problem. Ain't nobody gonna, that subdued talk about them gonna own paradise. You got me fucked up. So he said, Father has brought me back or something, and he's glowing being a light bringer. And Gabriel's going, Father, how could you do this? How could you allow him to? And I do everything that you asked me to do. I should have just disobeyed you. If I could then become your favorite, the most beautiful light bringer, Lucifer devil. So then, he defeat Gabriel. But Gabriel was not going without a fight because Gabriel was like, bitch, I'm not one to run. You're going to have to kill me. Or did Gabriel run? Because Gabriel was like, I wouldn't have did you the same. I would have killed you. You just a man. Oh, falling in. But he's trying to be the savior now that he's the light bringer or whatnot and the most beautiful. And so Gabriel leave or Gabriel get killed. I don't know what the fuck he do. I can't remember. And then they go off into the sunset. Jeep and that lady and that baby. And then they ride off, and she got a bandana on like Tupac, and they got a car full of guns with that damn dead baby. They would have been dead to go. So it just knocked me out. It's some pieces, there's some parts I'm missing. Let me think. Tyrese had that phone call with this lady. Yeah, that phone call with his girlfriend. Yeah, that one last call. I don't know. Probably prisoner. They be going, you get one call. It would have been a 10-man. What else parts am I missing? She can't read. She can't read. That baby can't read. So witches think they can be the savior. The Lightbringer, aka Michael, thinks he could be the savior. One thing for sure, Gabriel is not the Messiah. Oh, excuse me. Gabriel is not the savior. Oh, hold on. He is not, because he's not even on this shit. Because nobody ever said that. And so who is the savior? Because they have all these Christ movies, and when Mary first learned about her pregnancy, no son of God ever has been your savior. When son of God show up, that means the Lord is sick of your fuck ass. That's what it is. But I can't remember. Who else was the savior? The hooker was the savior. Charlie is no savior. Because he told her, don't ever turn into Braveheart. Because that's troubling to him. The baby. Let me see. Who else? Jeep want to be the savior. He just can't ever call the shots. Especially on the web, and especially with no granny. That could be a weaver or some sort of spider. He just can't. And Tyrese was the savior. I think that's just Reese Cups. That mother was, look, mother, look what you made me do. She was no savior. She wanted to save her husband off the cross. She wanted to save her husband off the cross. She did want to do that. So much so turned her as in. She turned straight insane. And she even kidnapped the child. She became mother and child again. Because she's like, look, let's just give them the baby. Let's just do it. Let's just do it. She had a moment in her madness where she had order. Just get this damn baby so down. Because that's what they want. They leave us alone. Would they have killed them? Why did they not become holy vessels? Why? Do you think they strong heart? What the fuck? Why? Seemed like they was tormented. Why? Probably Taurus. I don't know what the fuck. But they did not turn into angel vessels. Everybody else did. And it was connected to that baby. That baby would stop you from becoming... that baby would stop you from becoming an angel vessel. It's not interesting, though. So I'm going to take another quick synopsis, and we're going to talk about the birth of Jesus. So after the birth of Jesus, the Magi came and said, because Herod sent them, because he started sending them going, go find me the Messiah, because it's connected to that star of Bethlehem. All right. So they definitely found Jesus, but they did not find the Messiah. They found Jesus, and they found Mary. They found the Son of God. That is true. And then they gave him gifts. They gave him gold. They taught him how to adorn himself in gold, how to smell good with frankincense and myrrh, aka murder. But then the wise men started having dreams because they felt like they could not return because Herod had gone insane, but they did not tell the Messiah. Joseph could not have a face-to-face with that angel because, no, man. So he had a dream, and in that dream, the angel told him, which angel I doesn't know, told him, look, you can't go there because it's some madman that want to kill babies. So he go to Egypt. Now you could think Egypt Paradise Falls, but it would have to been ran by a white man. Let me show the fuck what I was saying. It just is not under that jurisdiction. I don't know. It was under that jurisdiction. Take that shit somewhere else. Get the fuck out of here. But when you go to Egypt as the young Messiah, or Jesus, not a savior, just the Son of God, you can be free and you will not be hunted and you will not be chased. So God for a long time grew up in Egypt. He was being Egyptian for a while in the beginning. The Son of God was in the beginning in Egypt. But then his father had a dream where he knew that Herod was dead. So he left. He didn't go over there because he went to Nazarene, and then Jesus becomes a Nazarene. I don't know how he became a Nazarene. But he becomes that when he was Egyptian. I don't know. Somebody was just roaming throughout the earth. I don't know what the fuck they were doing. Roaming throughout the world. I don't know what they were doing. But then he somebody sort of says something about Rachel. But they said the prophecy has something to do about Rachel. Because they said the prophecy had been fulfilled because Rachel. When I read that whole thing, I wish I would have took a picture of it, but I'm going to dive into it a little later. I had read that whole Bible verse. They never want to mention Rachel. But as soon as he became a Nazarene, the prophecy was done because Rachel. So, in Galilee and Nazarene, you cannot be worshipped. You can't worship no Son of God there. They didn't even know he was the Son of God. They thought he was the Messiah. Where do it say that? Where do it say that? Where do it say that? And he definitely is not your savior because you can't go to heaven. Where do the Bible ever tell you that you can? Where do they tell you that? Where tell you? You're not. And you're not going to have no goddamn fall in paradise. Talk about, I'm an owner of establishments. No, you're not. Because the father on that fucking Legion, he was fortune telling. Talking about, I thought they was going to build that shopping mall. You thought we were going to have an animal? I'm not Anne Frank. And he didn't. So he fell shit out of luck for trying to be the owner of paradise. Because he thought it was going to have something to do with shopping. He thought he was going to have a buyout and be able to be a sellout. I just thought it was interesting because the Magi they know so much and don't know shit. They would have confronted God and thought they knew more about God than God knew about God. Are you insane? You don't even know who I am. You don't even know who I am. You can't even read your own prophecy. You can't even begin to read it. I am not the Savior. Now, if Jesus then got brainwashed in a motherfucking bloodbath, because as soon as John would have baptized Jesus, it would have been a bloodbath. Soon as he would have done that, if Jesus then would have said, I am your Savior, I would have said, no, you're not. No, you're not. Because I read that prophecy through and through, and that's one thing Gabriel ain't never called you. He never called you God. He never called you God in the flesh. He never called you the Messiah. He never called you the Savior. He never called you the way. He never called you nothing. He said call his ass Jesus, the Son of the Most High and a Son of God. Let me verify. Maybe he called him the Messiah. I just don't remember seeing that. Nope. He didn't call him none of those other words. So who is that? It's just some blonde haired white boy. I don't know what it is. I don't give a fuck. So, you put that shit together. Who put that shit together? Acting like magic. I don't like witches. They faulty. It's wrong. Just wrong. Just wrong. Can't nobody ever save you. You either damned or you're not. It's just unfortunate for the people that are not. That they gotta deal with y'all damned asses. But they probably come around being happy and torment the fuck out of you. It's just how it be. For real. Anyway, that's all I got. Godspeed. God bless. Bye.